Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in to Strike YouTube channel. I'll be starting in a moment. Yeah, so we are live at all platforms. Any of you who are watching on Strike YouTube channel, just let me know if the audio is fine. I'm just waiting for a confirmation on the audio, guys. Please write in the comment box if there are any issues. All right, so let's begin. So markets are pretty much flat today. As you can see, mixed breadth is there. Only uh, half of the stocks are positive in both Nifty as well as Nifty 500, and half are negative. So we are having a after effect from overnight events. Those were release of CPI from the US as well as the results of tech giant Infosys. So there is some pressure there in the IT sector, but overall, right now the Nifty index is down only 0.2%, and Bank Nifty is down half a percent. So let's just dive into it. Let's see how the overall breadth is looking like. We'll view options data, we'll come to the charts, and then we'll also scan stocks for the upcoming days and weeks. All right. So as I was talking about the breadth, it is even mixed even in the FNO segment. There in 70 stocks are showing long build-up and 79 stocks are showing short build-up. So I'll talk about levels in a moment. First, let us figure out the breadth as well as the FIDI data. So since I'm already talking about breadth, let me just go to the momentum swing indicators first. So the average swing is still rising up. The today's session live value is coming at 71, and daily swing is had hit 80 day before yesterday, and then it stayed flat for yesterday, and today it's 79. So it's much staying up there. Momentum is at the top end of the range in the FNO scripts, but it's not even falling. And if we look at the breadth in terms of stocks above a moving average, then stocks above 20-day average had gone back to 60% and has pulled back to 54. So no real breakdown there as of now. I'm just talking about Nifty stocks as of now. And stocks with RMI buy is also increasing up from 60 to today live value is at 66. So breadth wise, it seems everything is uh, the market looks stable as of now, except the few hangups in IT. Now I'll go to sectors for today and the levels right after we view FIDI data. So there is no change still in cash market. The FI selling number is on. Yesterday's number is close to 1900 crores of selling, and DIs have been buying daily, and yesterday's figure is 1532 crores. In terms of derivatives, they covered few of the index future shorts, and they net sold calls about 56,000 contracts and also sold 46,000 of contracts of index puts. So the data was pretty much neutral. But if we talk about the net OI or the net position, then it is still quite in the lower end, that is 70,000 negative. If you view it on the chart, then the FI position would look like this. It is still in the lower end with 70,000 shots, and in percentage terms, the FI long percentage is still in the oversold zone, that is 28.57. So looking at this kinds of data, it would mean that the up move should continue. But let's see, and let's try to figure out that via charts, and let's view the today's sector performance. So today the top performer is again Nifty Reality, which we have been discussing from quite a few sessions that it is relatively strong. Even Nifty Auto is doing well. Uh, Nifty PSC, and as well as the less performing indices for today are, the top loser is Nifty PSU Bank, Nifty IT, and Nifty Bank. The metal index is also slightly down, but few of the stocks are positive. So with that, let's jump to the charts for Nifty and Bank Nifty. So we did open gap down. We filled this gap, but from days open, we have recovered quite a bit, and the candlestick itself is looking pretty nice. We have taken support exactly at the 10-day average, which was earlier a resistance, has now acted as a support. The level was 19,635, and today's low is exactly 19,635. So 10-day average has given a support to the Nifty. So let's go to the setup and see if there is any change. So we had got all the four confirmations 2 days back. No change there on the daily time frame. We just opened gap down, and then the 40-day average seems to have held, and right now it is trading again back above the 20-day average. So I would like to think that if 20-day average is again held on closing basis, then it's pretty much fine. In terms of hourly, there was a sell signal yesterday, and it has pulled back below zero line, and 40R is still protected. So hourly chart can signal new triggers, that is new RMI crossover, new downtrend reversal, and again crossing back above 20R average. So these things are still pending on the hourly chart for Nifty, but the daily chart pretty much looks fine. If we go to Bank Nifty, then it has been weaker than the Nifty. It is still not up as much as the Nifty. 10-day average here also seems to have been holding as of now, but it would be interesting to see the closing. In terms of the setup, daily chart, we had received a bullish crossover on the RMI as well as downtrend reversal, but not yet crossing above the daily averages. So that is no change there. In terms of the hourly setup, here also we had a bearish signal on the hourly chart yesterday. It has pulled back to the lower band, and again now downtrend is again going back to green mode. So unless we are to break key levels, this pretty much looks fine on both the indices. But also I would like to highlight that Bank Nifty can be affected by the upcoming results. So there are, now that the IT results are majorly out, now banking results can also have an impact on the market. So one second. If I select Bank Nifty here, yeah. So it tells me that on 15th, that is Sunday, the HDFC Bank, the biggest Nifty bank component, is coming out with the results. Then followed by stocks like Federal Bank, Bandhan Bank, IndusInd Bank, and in the next week, ICICI Bank, Kotak Mahindra, and lastly, on 25th of October, Axis Bank. So all major banking stocks are due with their earnings, which can have an impact on the index, whether it is bullish or bearish. But that is something we should be keeping in our minds. While I'm talking, I'm suddenly seeing momentum picking up in Bank Nifty. It has just gone up from 44,300 to about 44,500 in a matter of minutes. If even if that means anything, we should be taking care of that as well. So yeah, so that's about Nifty and Bank Nifty charts. Let's just go to scanners for today. And one thing I missed is, since today's Friday, we should also give a look at the weekly chart of the index. So Nifty on the weekly chart is actually closing above the high of previous week, with thereby confirming this hammer candlestick. So if we are closing above 19,675, the hammer reversal is getting confirmed on weekly time frame, and that would mean that the bullish trend can continue further up. So let's go to the scanners. So I've disabled, because I was using only candlestick scanners yesterday. So you can go to manage scanners and choose all the scanners you would like to see on the screen, and disable the ones you don't use, so there is less clutter on the screen. So let's begin with candlestick scanners itself. So let me select today's date. So there are a couple of patterns in the today's FNO stock list. There's one bullish engulfing pattern we are seeing in a banking stock. Let's see the weekly candlesticks as well, if there is any interesting pattern. So there is a piercing line forming on Ashok Leyland weekly chart. Of course, this will get confirmed only when the market closes at current levels. But as of the current price, this is what are the patterns forming is we are seeing here. So all these are bullish reversal patterns. You can view bearish reversal or bullish continuation or bearish continuation as per your liking and as per your reading of the market. Since I am mostly looking towards what are the stocks that may reverse in the near term, then that's why I'm viewing bullish reversal patterns. So there are many different patterns, quite a few bullish engulfings on the weekly time frame, and few spinning tops and few piercing lines as well. So you can view each one of them, whichever looks interesting to you. All these are since candlesticks have more relevance on the larger time frame, then I think weekly is a good sign to view these signals. So with that, let me go to the Rohit scanner. Again, as it has been since few days, very few new sell signals and a lot of new buy signals. Of course, you'll have to view each one before taking a decision, and that's how it is. So let me also view weekly signals, since today is a weekly close. So weekly chart is actually a mixed bag, because there are a lot of new sell signals coming in, but there is when your analysis comes into picture, thereby checking other tools, whether, for example, the 20-day average or the 20-week average is holding or not, and wherever a new buy signal is coming, checking whether or not there can be substantial upside or not. So let me just select new buy for now. Then this is the list wherein weekly new buy signals are coming. Mixed sectors, not one sector stocks mainly. Bajaj Finserv, DLF, Hindustan Unilever, which is an FMCG stock, IGL, Nestle, Aramco Cement, and Tata Consumer. So these are the weekly new signals, new buy signals that are there on the RMI scanner. So I think Dow Trend scanner, you guys can look on your own based on whichever signal you would want to see. So here, of course, signals will be low because Dow Trend reversals come first. So we have already seen a lot of reversals coming in last few days. So today the list might look like a bit short. So yeah, I look forward to all of you just jumping onto Strike platform and using all of these scanners yourself, and let us know, were you able to catch any good setups or not, if there are any feedbacks. I've received a comment from Jayant to look at Tata Consumer and Power Grid. I think we just spotted Tata Consumer here in one of the scanners. Yeah, it was in weekly new buy, so it's actually breaking out of this congestion zone. Weekly chart is looking pretty fine. Let us draw a horizontal line here. So previous high made in September of 2021 was 889, and it's looking like it's breaking out of that level convincingly. In terms of daily chart, it has already been into bullish mode. All the factors, that is above the averages, RMI into bullish mode and higher highs. So it's looking like a breakout as of now. Next is Power Grid. Sure, Mitanshu, I'll have a look on the Sun Pharma chart as well. So first, let me look at Power Grid. So this is a weekly chart of Power Grid. As you can see, it is being trending on the 20-week or the 40-week average. As I'm drawing here, it every time it pulls back, it gets support from there. So this is an indication of a trending stock, which is making continuously higher highs and higher lows. On the daily chart, it has pulled back to the 40-day average and formed a doji or a hammer kind of a candlestick here, which is a reversal pattern, and then picked up again. Now RMI is very close to giving a bullish crossover. If it goes a little more higher in today's session, this would also give a bullish, and you would see a new buy coming here. So yeah, this is also a trending chart as per me. So Mitanshu has requested to look at Sun Pharma. This is also in the list of new buy stocks for today, and it's actually crossing above the 20-day average. So it looks to have momentum. Let me look at weekly chart as well. So the weekly is actually in sell mode, which may mean that it can stay sideways also for some time. For that, you can have draw some lines here to see if it breaks out of the range or not. So let's say if this is the range, let me make it a little bolder. So let's say if it goes up till here and then fails again, then you may expect another test of the lower line, which would be looking as a triangle overall, but nothing stops it from breaking out directly. So in today's session, it does look like giving some reversal signals. One more comment on ITC. Okay, it was in the new buy list a couple of days back. In terms of weekly chart, weekly cycle has actually pulled back below zero. So it can trigger a new bullish crossover in a couple of weeks. But as of now, it seems to have resisted somewhat at the 20-week average, which is at 451. So I think 451 should be the level for the ITC to cross on the upside, above which you can expect more upside. One second. Um, Good afternoon, Mihir. AU Bank, sure. This one is also in new buy list for the RMI scanner. So if we look first, let me look at the weekly chart. So it has very nicely pulled back to the 40-week average and lower weekly band. So this looks like a good support range. Now going back to the daily chart. So let me just, yeah. So it has been consolidating since quite some time. It had made high way back in May and then in July. So let's try to draw a channel around it if it's possible. It's possible to draw a channel here, but it may not look like complete because it has not touched the lower end. Of course, it is not a requirement to touch the lower end, but it it could be a double bottom pattern as well here. So let me draw a horizontal line. Yeah. So we draw horizontal line here. This low and this low could also be a double bottom pattern. So since RMI is crossing to the bullish mode, I would like to observe it. Yeah, and for further confirmation, one can wait for this averages to get crossed. That is above 726. Uh, there is a comment on Reliance. Reliance showed some price and volume 2 days ago, but it's not doing anything much. So let us first see the calendar. Is it coming out with the results anytime soon? No, no, Reliance does not have results anytime soon. So let's look at the chart now. So a couple of days back, RMI bullish crossover and then followed by the Dow trend reversal we had received. Still below averages, that is the 20-day and 40-day exponential averages. So yeah, I think it did have volume a couple of days back, and now it's looking like it just took a pause at the 20-day average. Once crossed, momentum should add on the upside, and we can also draw trend lines around this to have more levels. One is this trend line and another one is this, which is already crossed. So this I'll remove. Yeah. So there is the 20-day average at 2354 and then a trend line at 2370, which are the levels we should be watching for a breakout. Now, uh, okay. So that are all the requests I had received. So please let me know if there's anything else we need to look upon. And just to inform you guys, we'll be going live with futures module very soon in a few days. I've also started making YouTube videos for you on each and every module. So one by one, we'll be adding videos wherein you can refer to how to be using a certain scanner or a tool. So yeah, just let me know if there is any other chart we need to be looking at, or we can wrap up the session for today. Just waiting. BSC. Okay, I think you mean BSC stock. So this is quite a one of the more most beautiful charts, I would say. Here you can see weekly buy signal came and then it never really stopped. So it's hard to predict when a certain trend will stop, but till it's not, then we can just watch, any trailing type of tool, that is any certain moving average. So on this particular chart, what you see is 20-day average and the blue one is 40-day average. Interestingly, since it has started, it has not broken even 20-day average. So that pretty much explains it, that till 20-day average is not breaking, the trend is still on. Mihir is saying weekly chart of Nifty. So I did look at that in the beginning. Uh, I can look again. So as I was saying that closing above previous week's high actually means that this hammer candlestick is getting confirmed, and this is a confirmed reversal. So we can look at the weekly upper band next, what that is 20,250 or so. Mihir, USD INR chart is not there in strike yet, but I don't think it is doing much anything. So I can look at it on investing. Meanwhile, there are a couple of other requests on Jubilant. Weekly chart is back to 20-week average, which is a good support. But daily chart is clearly in downtrend. I think one should wait for some kind of reversal here before taking any decision. Care. Someone has commented for care. Weekly chart is clearly trending and breaking out even above the weekly band. Daily chart is also one way up. So similar to the previous talk you had commented, these types of setups are just to be looked like with trailing averages. Even if a certain average only when it breaks is when it raises concern. USD INR daily chart. So I'm I have no idea what USD INR wants to do. So earlier I was watching, then it was forming this kind of a triangle, and then it broke out, and again it is consolidating in that range. So it's really unclear which side it wants to go. So only if we receive a clear breakout or a breakdown is when we can judge something. But it's clearly in this range, which is 83.468, and the lower end is somewhere here 82.7. Yeah. Okay. Thank you everyone for tuning in. So we'll wrap up today's session, and I'll see you in the next stream. Thank you.